My legs went completely numb when Emma's voice sliced through our Christmas morning like a knife through wrapping paper. "We had a family vote," she announced, standing beside our sparkling tree with that practiced pageant smile. "And we decided that Sophia is no longer our sister." The applause that followed felt like glass breaking in my ears. Tyler's enthusiastic clapping, Uncle James raising his steaming mug in a mock toast, Mom's delighted giggle echoing off the tinsel-covered walls, even Dad's satisfied grunt as he bit into his cookie. The room spun like a snow globe someone had shaken too hard. "You guys really planned this for Christmas?" The words scraped out of my throat like sandpaper. Emma's grin stretched wider, sickeningly sweet like candy canes left in the sun. "You've been nothing but a financial burden for ages. We're done pretending you're one of us." My name is Sophia. I'm 17, and I'm the family ATM who just learned to close the account. This is the story of how I made them pay for every withdrawal. For 3 years, I'd been their walking piggy bank. Emma's ice skating lessons, Dad's fishing equipment, Tyler's drone, even Aunt Carol's credit card debt. All funded by birthday money, babysitting earnings, and weekend jobs while they lived rent-free in my generosity. I was the responsible one, the reliable one, the one who never said no. Until that October night when Emma needed money for matching friendship bracelets, and I finally said no. That's when the cold treatment started. Suddenly, I was the problem child, the ungrateful one, the burden they'd apparently voted to eliminate on Christmas morning. But here's what they didn't know. I'd been documenting everything. For months, I'd been secretly recording Emma's phone calls and photographing her lies, knowing this confrontation was coming. I reached into my backpack with steady hands and placed a thick red folder on the carpet beneath the Christmas tree. It landed with a thud that somehow silenced the entire room. "Why don't you take a peek?" I said, my voice calm as fresh snow. Emma snatched it up with that same cruel smile, flipped it open, and her face drained of color, faster than hot cocoa going cold. Her Christmas morning confidence crumbled as she turned page after page of printed screenshots, bank statements, and time-stamped photos. Noah grabbed the folder next. His mouth fell open as he stared at a photo of Emma, wrapped around some boy at a Christmas concert. The same night she'd told him she was home with a stomach bug. "Who's this?" he asked quietly. Emma's eyes darted everywhere except to Noah's face. "Don't start," she snapped, but her voice cracked like thin ice. "You said you were helping Mrs. Peterson decorate her house." Noah's voice was barely a whisper. "You were with him instead." That's when Mom jumped in, her voice wobbling like a broken ornament. "Can't we just calm down? It's Christmas. We should be happy." "Happy?" I stood up slowly, feeling stronger with each word. "You're the one who says I'm never grateful enough, even when I'm the one funding everyone's Christmas wishes. I'm the one who paid for half the presents under this tree." Dad rubbed his forehead like he had a migraine. "You're making a big fuss about nothing, Sophia." "No, I'm not." My voice echoed off the walls. "You let them exploit me for years. You saw it, heard it, and stayed quiet because it was convenient." Emma stomped her foot. "Stop playing victim. You chose to help us." "No," I said, standing tall as our Christmas tree. "You expected it. You didn't want a sister. You wanted a personal bank account with legs." Noah was still staring at the evidence, his face crumpling like crumpled gift wrap. "Is all of this true?" he asked Emma. Silence, the kind that feels colder than winter wind. "She didn't need to make things up," I told him. "She just needed you to believe her." Emma's fake composure finally shattered. "I had to. You were always trying to make me look bad." "You did that yourself." I reached into my coat pocket. "But here's the thing. I'm done being your Christmas charity case." I placed a white envelope on the carpet. Noah opened it with trembling fingers and read the first line, his eyes going wide as Christmas ornaments. "These are the papers I filed 3 months ago for legal emancipation," I said, my voice steady as church bells. "The court approved them last week. Legally, you're no longer my guardians. No more school conferences, no more emergency contacts, no more legal authority over me. Every string connecting me to this family is officially cut. Mom gasped, her hand flying to her chest. "You're really leaving us? On Christmas?" "Starting right now." Her voice broke completely. "You're being so cruel, Sophia. We made mistakes, but we're still your family." I looked at her with the calm certainty of someone who'd finally found their backbone. "No, you're not." Emma let out a bitter laugh that sounded like breaking glass. "You'll be back. You always come back." I took one last look around the room full of people who'd spent years taking pieces of me. Not this time. I walked out into the crisp Christmas air, leaving behind the twinkling lights and fake smiles. No yelling, no dramatics. Just the quiet satisfaction of people finally learning that their personal ATM had permanently closed for business. I didn't go straight to my new place. My hands were shaking, but not from cold, from the sudden lightness of dropping a 3-year burden. I walked to the park where Dad used to take me before I became his personal loan officer. It was peaceful there. Just wind through bare branches and the distant sound of real families enjoying Christmas. That night, sitting on a park bench, I felt something I hadn't experienced in years. Complete silence. No phone buzzing with requests for money, no guilt trips about family obligations, no one treating my generosity like an unlimited resource. The next day, I moved into Mrs. Peterson's garage apartment, which I'd secretly arranged weeks earlier when I knew the emancipation would be approved. Within 3 days of leaving, my phone started exploding with messages from numbers I hadn't blocked yet. Mom's voicemail. "Sophia, sweetie, we're still your family. Don't let one little fight ruin everything." Emma's texts from her friends' phones. "Noah's being so stupid. Are you happy now?" Dad's attempt at authority. "You're being stubborn. Your mother is really sad. Come home." I didn't respond to any of them. The silence felt like the best Christmas gift I'd ever given myself. Then came the manipulation tactics, a card from Mom showing their Christmas tree with an empty space underneath. "It doesn't feel complete without you." A text about my little cousin asking where I was. Then Dad's financial guilt trip. "We're having trouble with bills. I know you don't care, but we need help." I blocked every new number, every email, every digital connection to people who'd spent years confusing love with exploitation. Moving into Mrs. Peterson's garage apartment felt like stepping into a completely different life. New keys, new address, new phone number, and for the first time, a paycheck that belonged entirely to me. I got a job at the local bookstore, started sleeping through the night without anxiety, and discovered what it felt like to say no without consequences. The best part? I began doing things because I wanted to, not because someone expected me to fund their dreams. I joined the school art club, made friends who liked me for my terrible jokes instead of my bank balance, and learned that real relationships don't come with payment plans. 2 months later, messages started trickling through from other family members who found ways around my blocks. Tyler managed to reach me through a school friend. "I didn't know you paid for my video game. That wasn't cool of us." Noah found me at the bookstore one afternoon. "You were right about Emma. We broke up for good last month after I caught her cheating again. Thanks for showing me who she really is." I didn't need their apologies, but they felt like small acknowledgments that I'd been right all along. The final whisper from my past came as a postcard from Mom, delivered to the bookstore since she'd somehow discovered where I worked. Just 3 words in shaky handwriting. "Merry Christmas, Sophia." No explanations, no requests for money, just that. I looked at it, waiting for the familiar tug of guilt that used to make me cave. Nothing came. No sadness, no anger, just quiet recognition that some chapters close completely. I threw the postcard away, washed my hands, and later that evening hung my own handmade ornaments on the small tree I'd bought with my own money. For the first time in years, Christmas felt like a celebration instead of an expense. This is my story because I finally learned the difference between being generous and being used. Was I too harsh? Maybe. But I was tired of being the only one carrying everyone else's financial baggage while they complained about the weight. Sometimes the best gift you can give yourself is the one that costs nothing but courage. The gift of walking away from people who mistake your kindness for weakness. Before you go, here's a quick bonus for sticking around. If you love learning and growing like I do, you need to try audiobooks. I've got an exclusive deal with Audible. Your first month is completely free. That's access to over 500,000 titles. Zero cost to you. All the details are waiting in the description. Don't miss this one.